In this video today, I want to talk about why overthinking leads to inaction. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Edward White. If you're new here, I'm a creative entrepreneur based in the UK and I make videos around building my businesses and productivity. Overthinking can be one of the most detrimental things to you as an entrepreneur or you just in your life. So what is overthinking? Overthinking is when what you think gets in the way of what you want. How do you know if you are overthinking? Some people will say that they like to be prepared, they like to have a plan, they like to be analytical, and this is great. This can really help in business, this can really help in your life. But there's a stage where it becomes overthinking. The difference is being prepared leads to action, but overthinking leads to more thinking. So when you're prepared, you're ready to go and you're ready to do it. But when you're overthinking, you procrastinate, you put it off, and you keep overthinking the things that you need to get done. It's like when people say that they've been planning to do a podcast for 2 years, or they've been planning to start a business for 3 years, whatever it is. All these people that they overthink stuff, and again, this overthinking leads to more thinking. When they're planning and they're structuring, this leads to action. I've seen it in my own life, and I've seen the other example completely happen this week in the sense of we're going to get gift cards, greetings cards made for Beloit to sell part of the candles and stuff. And I was procrastinating like no end in the sense of like, is the design right? Is it what I want in the wording? All of this stuff. And then I just found myself and I bit the bullet, just did it and got on with it. Life gets so much easier if you can just do this, not overthink stuff, and have a plan, but then let that plan lead to an action. The solution to overthinking is never more thinking, it's to take action. And I think this is, you know this, I know this, and it just takes a little click to get it into place and get it into action. So if you feel yourself overthinking, don't keep thinking, take action. What is it that you need to take action on that will propel you forward? So for like me with the greetings cards, I needed to choose a design and get them printed. Not hard, but for some reason I was overthinking and I was essentially putting it off. So what is it that you need to take action on that will help to propel you forward? The habit of over dramatizing. We have a habit of over dramatizing things. So whether that's the website doesn't work, the social media channels are down, you've posted something wrong, you've done whatever it is, we've got such a habit of over dramatizing the thing that we think we need to be over dramatizing. And in reality, it's probably like minuscule in terms of how it probably doesn't really mean a lot. And I say that in the nicest way possible. Like, whatever you're dramatizing doesn't really matter. It's like if you want to start a film, you need to have the best storyline. Or if you want to write a book, your fingers need to be bleeding when you're writing on a page. This dramatization, this kind of romanticism with dramatization, I think holds us back. And I know it holds me back. I will do it in terms of design. I want the best looking design. I want everything to look really sexy and clean and polished. In reality, that it doesn't really happen like that. Stop over dramatizing stuff, which leads me on to my next point. Are you making this harder than it needs to be? We as humans have a habit of making things harder than they need to be. I don't know why we do this. I don't know where it stems from. Maybe it's that we need to show other people what we're doing. We need to show people our worth. We need to, probably something psychological that we all do. And I do feel like we all do it. And it's this kind of thing, the more important something is, the harder it should be. So if you want to get fit, you need to go and run and sweat and do all this hard work, when in reality you could probably go for an hour, 2 hour walk every day and burn the same amount of calories without feeling overwhelmed and stressed, and all of this kind of ideas and notions that come attached with doing something that is seen as hard, which is losing weight, which technically isn't hard. I love this. Start with the end product and then find step one. So there was an example of a company that used to burn and rip CDs, DVDs onto a computer so that you could have the information from a CD onto a computer or Mac. This took a lot of work. They had a 1,000-page manual that basically told everyone how to use the machines and how to do it, and then how to get the digital copy. I remember hearing the story that this company had a meeting with Steve Jobs from Apple, and he basically said, I want it to be an icon on the computer that people drop the CD and then it just does it automatically. Simple. The solution is I want an icon on the computer that if you drop a CD into it, it will essentially burn the CD or rip the CD. And this led people to stop overthinking how hard something should be. Like, the task didn't need to be that hard. Steve Jobs proved that he just wants this one thing to work. Everyone else was like, no, you need to do this, 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 this. When in reality, you don't. We can apply this a lot to our lives. I know I certainly can, in the sense that we make stuff harder than it should be. We make making YouTube videos harder than it should be. We make starting a business harder than it should be. It's not that hard. Which leads me on to my next point, choosing a soundtrack. There's a guy called John Acuff who I heard on the Greg McEwen podcast, and he has written a new book called Soundtracks. I love this. Let me show you an example. So you can see from those two examples, gives a completely different feel based on the soundtrack that you have. They're both the same clip, but yeah, the more somber the mood, the more darker that it makes the soundtrack feel, and the lighter the mood, the more happier and lighter it makes the overall emotion feel. Another example is, I bet you've got a song that just makes you happy and it just brings you pure joy. This is another example of how you can click on emotions. You can be in control of your soundtrack in your life. A soundtrack is essentially this over and over constant loop playing back in your head. And I love the way that they've worded this. So they've created an annotation to what it is. It's essentially that voice in your head, and it's a repeated soundtrack. So it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. You are in control of this voice. You have to be aware of it though. Instead of saying this business is going to take time to build, I could say this process is going to be light and easy, in the sense that even just by saying it, I feel that starting a business will be light and easy. I don't feel like I've made it harder and dramatized the process of building a business. I feel like it's going to be light and easy. So when I come across problems, if I do, touch wood I won't, it's going to be light and easy because I'm going to make it light and easy, and this is the soundtrack that I have within my head. That is all life comes down to, is you can do the things you want to, you just need to tell yourself, have the soundtrack that you need in your life. So every reaction is an education, in the sense that a problem that I have is either a lesson or a story. So me ordering my business cards without my number on it or website address is a story. Funny story, which I will link the video if you haven't already watched it, about my branding, and you can find out about that story up here. Yeah, loads of stories about that. Like, life is life. You will mess up, you will make mistakes, and there is a joy in that. Choose the soundtrack that you want in your life. Make it easy to read, easy to absorb and consume, and choose something that makes your life easier. Because I guarantee you that if you just start using a certain soundtrack, your life will feel easier, it will feel lighter and easier. What soundtrack are you going to be using? I want to say, if you watched this video this far, I salute you. I appreciate you. What soundtrack are you going to be adding to your life? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to share our ideas. And thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.